as y'all see. All right, what's going on? It's to the left of me is a recording for YouTube, and I'm live on Facebook. Well, y'all can't really see, but the mountains is out in the back, out delivering dogs and shit. But I did want to address. Y'all might not even seen the videos yet, but I said what I said, and I'll always say what I say and not give two fucks about what y'all think. And at the end of the day, what's going on, Alvy? Hope all is well, my brother. But I say what I say, and it's always been the same thing. I don't really believe in hate. People always talking about hating, and I don't believe in hating, and I don't know why. It drives me crazy. Hold on one second. I'm gonna try to. It doesn't let me see y'all messages, so I guess I'll just be talking, because I don't know why this thing has been doing that. It doesn't let me see the messages, and it is what it is. But it's like if I log in from the other phone, but the other phone is recording, then I would be able to see y'all messages. So I'm not ignoring anybody. Y'all go ahead. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves. But I'm on live, and I'm just saying this when it comes to Brim, right? Passing away. And y'all see I made another video, and some will say I'm insensitive or whatever. And the insensitivity does not come from not caring about dogs. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm out delivering dogs right now, getting people's stuff locked in. Y'all hit me, inbox me if you got a dog that need to be delivered from anywhere from the East Coast to the Midwest right now. You can hit me up. Well, anywhere that's not going to to the West Coast. I'm not going out there for 2 weeks. But I've been dropping people's stuff off. I do work for rescues and everything, you know what I mean? I do that work and barely make a dime off that shit, so it is what it is. But the thing, my message has always been the same, and I've talked about Brim and Grim and, Rocco and Dax and this and that and the other for years now, and it's not just them, but dogs like them. And what do y'all really expect, right? And I can't see y'all messages, by the way, so I'm not ignoring anybody. But we've seen these dogs in this community, and I'm going to go directly towards Brim. I feel bad for his owner, because anytime you lose a pet, that shit sucks. Trust me, I still ain't got over Denzel passing, and now I'm seeing Mandela old as hell. But the truth of the matter is this: none of y'all actually stepped up and had anything to say when y'all saw these people posting dog after dog after dog that was dying at 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old. And I'm just being realistic with y'all. Y'all can't, it's probably best that I can't see the messages, so I can just say whatever I gotta say. And I'm gonna fix that, by the way. I gotta figure out why it does that, and it doesn't let me see the messages, but I'll see. I think they said sometimes it's set to like kid settings or something like that. Anyway, though, I'll fix that, so when I go live again, maybe tonight, we'll be able to have a good conversation. But the truth of the matter is that y'all have never said anything when it comes to Brim. It comes to that Rocco blood. If y'all say that there's no problems with that blood, you fucking lying, dog. We see how many dogs are posted with early deaths. We hear about the people who've had litters that had to put part of the litter down, or a lot of the puppies fading. We've heard about the heart murmurs, the issues. We know about the issues with the DNA, and that the dogs are probably not off of who they say they are, and people have made those claims. You know what I mean? We see that the dog's whole look changes. No dog's whole look changes like that in a couple generations, and y'all still talking about this American Bully, which therefore means that if you mixing something in there, you need time to see how these mixes are going to work with each other. But ultimately, what I've seen in this community is disgusting, because the very first thing that y'all do is y'all scream hate. Oh, can you stop hating? The truth is not hate, man. I show a lot of love to a lot of dogs. Y'all seen me talk about, my favorites, you know what I mean, which would be Suarez and Oscar Gomez and shit. I always shout out my boy Bobo, You know what I mean? Several kennels throughout the, and some people who are not kennels but just have nice dogs. I've always shown them love. But when y'all continuously keep on getting to a point to where you are ignoring the facts of what we see, that these dogs can't live past 10 years old. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. A 7-year-old dog, that's a young dog. Now, I've heard the stories in which y'all tried to come with that the dog had a bladder infection. First of all, let me just tell y'all that, and I'm very experienced in this, and y'all can, you know, you can go argue with your mama, because I ain't trying to hear the shit. Your dog shouldn't be dying of a fucking bladder infection. If your dog got a bladder infection and the shit goes septic, that's negligence on the owner. Either that or the dog has a very, very compromised immune system to the fact that he can't fight off. A dog dying of a bladder infection and going to septic is not a normal fucking thing. That means that you definitely was not paying attention to your dog. Or, like I said, the dog has a very compromised immune system. You can look all through the medical world. I even called one of my practicing veterinarians and a couple vet techs, and they just shook their head at the idea of a dog dying from a bladder infection. But then they said it was blood clots. Whatever the case may be, a dog dying at 7 years old, that's too young. To see a line of dogs that continuously has dogs, and once again, I cannot see y'all messages, so y'all sort of having a conversation with yourselves, and that's cool. But you know what I'm saying, dogs consistently, if you look at those particular dogs, man, I could riddle off 100 dogs that I've seen them post up where the dogs are dying, and you know what I mean, and they're dying at less than 3 years old. We won't even say 5 years old like we used to say with Dax. They're dying at less than 3 years old. But y'all come here and y'all, oh, you hating? Can't you stop the hate? Can't you? Man, look, the truth is the truth, and if you have a problem with it, that shit's on you. It's not on me. That shit's strictly on you. When it comes down to it is, if you cannot get your shit together enough to understand that these dogs need to be healthy and that our community needs to stop doing the things that we're doing to these dogs, then fuck you. I'm not arguing with you dudes no more. You know what I mean? I'm not arguing with these dudes no more. Y'all can say a lot of shit. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all done did everything in the world, from dedicating whole pages to hating me to making up every lie in the world. But you notice the one thing y'all don't do is y'all can't produce a bunch of dogs off of my shit that dies all the time. Because I don't breed like that. You can change any other narrative. Y'all can try to say all the lies y'all done made up. We won't even repeat the shit. It is what it is. No matter how many times you change the subject of the day is, why is this community massively breeding dogs that die early, unhealthy, promoting something? And then y'all even got mad when Fabian told y'all, which was a common sense thing. And y'all excuse me, because it was a truck there and he moved, and that he kicked that son in. But y'all wonder right now why these dogs are selling for $3 in a dream. The bottom line is because y'all mass produce the dogs. They're very, very unhealthy. And when Fabian said you keep on selling these people a dream of an unhealthy dog that's dying on them, people racking up bills, basically medical bills, because the dogs are so fucked up, and then you expect them to keep selling? No, eventually the whole shit was going to die off, and that's exactly what we have seen happen. The American bully breed is dying off. Now currently with the level of other problems we have, we're seeing the government get back involved. We're seeing areas that are dropping breed restrictions again. We are seeing areas that are bringing up the fact in certain states that very soon, Texas is one of the states that's proposing it, that every breeder have a license and you have to apply and you have to do this and do that. And if you're not a breeder, your dog needs to be fixed. These restrictions and legislation are coming because y'all have done this shit over and over again and given them great examples. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't see what's going on with Brim. Soon as that dog died, a lot of you sorry son of a bitches went out and started putting up 1 million pictures of dogs for sales. The homies were sending them to me, then I started sending them to me. Y'all tried to capitalize off the dog's death. So basically what y'all was doing is trying to capitalize off the fact that an unhealthy ass dog died of some mysterious illness that we've heard different variations of it, none of which he should have been dying of at his age. And y'all want to capitalize on it. Oh, I got a Grim son, and this is the hardest decision in my life. You know what I mean? It's just so hard, but I think I'm gonna let him go. But it's gonna be 25 grand. Y'all know this blood ain't coming around no more. It's been about 1 million of them posted. Motherfucker, don't nobody want that bullshit. You bred the fucking dogs 9 million times. It's 9 million of them sons and cousins and everything everywhere. And those are just the ones that ain't died. All y'all trying to do is punch the clock before this motherfucker check out at a young age. Y'all literally trying to capitalize off the fact that an unhealthy dog died at an early age, and now y'all really, like, y'all not fooling nobody. The reason why y'all letting that shit go is, as some of y'all did actually come out and say, it's a lot of health problems and you're having problems keeping the dogs alive. That's why you trying to let go of your shit. It's no other reason. You can keep on talking all the shit about me you want to. I've proven 2 factors when it come to this shit. Y'all can talk about the TBKC. I've always been open about that. My kids come first. I shut a lot of shit down so I could get my life together. TBKC is rolling now. You bitches gonna be real mad. You bitches gonna be real mad. Y'all ain't got that to talk about no more. I would tell y'all a secret, but y'all find out later on in the year. You know what I mean? Be there. But you know, when it comes down to it, if we stay on the topic of dogs, right? What are we doing here? The breed is the breed has been destroyed by the lack of ethics of the breeders in this community. Y'all are not making quality dogs. Y'all are making dogs to sell. Y'all are not making dogs to actually better this breed. Y'all are trying to sell anything, and it shows. Like for discretionary purposes, I can't show y'all the dogs that I'm transporting for the rescues. But if I showed y'all, it would show y'all how fucked up our community is. Literally every week there's 30 or more dogs that go out, and I'm telling you, out of those 30 or more dogs that are going out and they have to leave the Houston area because their lives are in danger, they're pretty much going to be put down, and it's a great program. More than half of those dogs, easy, are American bullies, and dogs that I know from American bullies or exotics, and dogs that I know for a fact that have paperwork somewhere with American bully on there. I've seen whole litters. I told y'all about that. I've seen whole litters of Merles, French bulldogs, and American bullies dropped off at these rescues in the Humane Society. Y'all are not doing the right thing, and I don't care how much y'all try to do this tough guy talk with me. Y'all already know I don't give a fuck about that. So stop it. You know what I mean? If you want to have a quick squabble or whatever, I do that shit 5 days a week when I can. You know what I mean? It's been more like 2 or 3 days a week now, but that's nothing to me, and that's not adult talk. Every time we try to have an adult conversation, and like I say, maybe it's best that I can't see messages, but much love to everybody who's tuned in. Y'all try to switch it to something else, and y'all never want to stay on the true topic of, is this community full of healthy dogs? No. I'll answer that shit for you in case you want to lie. Is this community on the right track with healthy dogs? No. Are people in this community actually health testing their dogs? No. How many kennels in this community have you seen that feel like we've got a problem with the joints, and you see how these dogs are walking and moving, but no one's x-raying the hips on the dogs? You very rarely can see that a person can give you a health test on their dog. I'm talking about not the DNA, I send it in health test to tell you what the probability of what flaw you're going to get. No, an actual physical from your veterinarian saying that these are 2 healthy animals to be bred. You rarely see people do that. I can tell you at least 2 people that I know do it. They're on this live. My good brother Ruben Cortez, I love you, man, and Jeb Thomes, who has a veterinarian who's actually a Westminster veterinarian and very, very thorough. I've seen her paperwork, and it's amazing. But very, very few people in this community is doing that. Y'all are puppy mills. Let's call it what it is. Y'all are puppy mills. Y'all don't really, and when I say y'all, I ain't saying everybody, so don't nobody get in their feelings. I can't see y'all answers, but most of these people in this community just don't care about the dogs. Y'all biggest problem with me in this community is y'all don't care about dogs, and I've been speaking on this shit for now year after year after year, and now that things are getting flooded, and y'all want somebody to bow down to the idea of we should kiss ass to people who are doing the wrong thing with these dogs. Now fuck y'all. And I'm being very, very now I'm being very, very real. Like I say, I've seen y'all morals in this community as far as what y'all will do to be a part of something. And I'm just gonna call it like I see it. I've seen y'all kiss Khan's ass after all the racist ass statements he made, after making fun of Rosa Parks, after the bullies is like what was it? Bullies is like Jordans to these niggas. They'll go broke trying to buy them, and y'all still kiss this dude's ass. That's why I know y'all moral compass is so low that I don't even fuck with y'all. Y'all kiss people's ass that will openly disrespect y'all. So I know y'all ain't gonna respect a dog or whatever else. I know y'all ain't gonna respect a dog or whatever else. Y'all let this motherfucker sit up and disrespect y'all every kind of way because y'all thought y'all could make a couple dollars off that shit. And it is what it is. It wasn't just disrespect. It wasn't even just a level of disrespect towards the dogs. Some of y'all, and I'm talking about you brown motherfuckers especially, some of y'all didn't even respect yourself because y'all openly knew some of the dumb shit that this motherfucker was saying and the way that he was disrespecting people. And the craziest part about it, and since I'm speaking freely, the craziest part about it is my white brothers and sisters said more about his behavior and how appalling he was than y'all did. Y'all ran behind him and kissed ass and sucked dick just so y'all could get $1 and pushed his product that was killing off our community. Let's just be real. And I say what I say because I stand on every fucking word I say. I seen. Matter of fact, if I look through my shit, I still got the screenshots of when half of Chicago wanted to bust that motherfucker's head open for saying that Rosa Parks was just a bitch that sat on the bus. And you silly ass people still ran behind this dude and kissed his ass. He ain't never gave a fuck about nothing. Why am I supposed to give a fuck about him and his dogs and what in this community? They destroyed this community. Let's just be realistic. Ain't nothing from that yard, ain't nothing from that Brim shit, ain't nothing from that Rocco shit contributed to this community in some major big way. The only thing it did was promotion. Promotion and y'all spending money. Y'all call it hate, but I'm calling it real shit. I'm calling real fucking shit. If you look at Marco Suarez's dogs, tell me what that contribution is. It's a long legacy of dogs that live forever, great structure, this, that, and the other. You tell me how any of these motherfuckers got a real legacy besides y'all kissing their ass. And then y'all jump on the post, oh, you hating, and oh, and this, that, and the other. And then some of y'all just go all the way over the top and get to talking crazy, not even understanding that I bust your motherfucking head open. You ready to lose it all over somebody else's dog. That's y'all problem. No, I don't give a fuck that them dogs is dying. Why would it? If I gave a fuck about dogs dying, I'd be giving a fuck every 3 seconds because all they do is die. Y'all tell me any of those dogs that didn't live some long life, and y'all tell me what the legacy is. Because the only legacy that I can really stand on with those dogs, and I can stand on it, y'all can call it hating, I can show you 100 motherfuckers that died before 3 years old that they was promoting. One of the puppies tripping. I can literally show you 100 dogs that they was promoting, talking about this is supposed to be it, and the motherfucker died before 3 years old. I can show y'all so many pictures. I got a fucking folder in my iPhone of dog with wings, and ain't none of these no old dogs. So y'all think I'm supposed to give a fuck about these little fucked up ass dogs? While meanwhile, all of y'all that's kissing ass, y'all gonna walk away from it. But some of us who are true dog men and don't want to lose our dogs in the struggle, we gonna be left to fight this BSL shit because we actually give a fuck about dogs. Why they puppy milling to the point, and I do my stats. I'm like Joe Biden giving the motherfucking State of the Union address. I bring receipts with me. Go to San Antonio. San Antonio's just passed a budget that is nearly $30 million to deal with excessive dogs. Now then go look at the stats of how many dogs that is that come from our breed in our community. Over 2/3 of that is identified as pit bull, American bully, English bulldog, French bulldog type dogs. What the fuck do you think a city that had to dedicate over basically $30 million to cleaning up a problem that this dirty ass community, do you think that they gonna sit there and be happy about that? $30 million? You taking money away from the school system. You taking money away from the roads. You taking money away from the police. You taking money away from the fire department because you motherfuckers is irresponsible and keep promoting this unhealthy ass shit. They got to hire extra veterinarians. They got to do this, they got to do that. And because they got the PETA people on their ass, the PETA people don't want them to kill your unhealthy dogs. So what do? They had to allocate more money to keep your bullshit ass dogs alive for the 2 seconds that they can, doing surgeries on these motherfuckers and everything else to try to get them to some arms of an angel motherfucker who will keep their dog, who will try to foster and keep that dog. I deal with these people all the time, so y'all can't tell me no lies. Y'all can't tell me no lies. Those who know me and those who have been watching this, that's it. I know I don't respect you motherfuckers who breeding them fucked up ass dogs. Never have, never will. Y'all know it, and stop lying. Because anybody who's a dog man, bro, I can tell you every characteristic and every issue with any dog I ever had because I dealt with them. And the ones who had serious issues, I just flat out got rid of the fucking dog. I ain't never told y'all that every single dog I had was perfect, but the reason why all you hating motherfuckers and when y'all go on y'all slanderous shit, y'all can't put up a bunch of fucked up dogs off of me is because I breed responsibly, and if there's a dog with a problem, I get rid of it, and I don't promote breeding dogs with heart murmurs, breathing issues, hip joint issues. My dogs need to be healthy in order for me to breed them. The worst that y'all can say, oh, well, such and such had a kink tail. Think about that. A community where y'all kissing ass over dogs that's falling out at 1 and 2 years old. Guys who openly breeding dogs with serious heart issues. But the only thing that y'all can do to combat what I'm telling y'all about breed healthy dogs is, well, back in the day, you bred the Gargoyle and made Denzel, and Gargoyle had a bad tail, but Denzel lived damn near 30 years. Y'all sound stupid as fuck, man. This community is a fucking joke. Anybody who's trying to argue with me is a fucking joke. Because if you can't see what's going on in this community and you're not upset, you're part of the fucking problem. Let's just be realistic, dog. You part of the problem. The reason why our name is all up in Congress, the reason why they banning these dogs overseas, the reason why they talking about our community worldwide as a trash community is because most of you motherfuckers will not step up and say something about all the shit that y'all see wrong going on in this community, but y'all want me to feel bad about it? Man, mother had you, motherfuck you. While y'all sitting there on y'all high horse talking about haters, look, take a motherfucking trip to the Humane Society. And if you got a heart, that bitch should be broken. All them dogs sitting in there because y'all tried to get rich off of dogs, sitting in that motherfucker facing death row. Sad ass little faces. If you got any kind of heart, you'd feel ashamed of yourself and this community for the shit that y'all doing. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, make you a badass motherfucker. And if you make a badass motherfucker, turn around and get you some badass motherfucking money off of it and breed properly. But it's a reason why when you go to the rescue, you don't find a dog from Suarez Bulls up in that motherfucker. And I always use Marco because I think Marco is a benchmark of how you handle yourself in this community. You don't go out and find a bunch of Oscar Gomez dogs and a bunch of shit that look like his dogs. And nope, you know why? It's responsible breeding. It's going through a process of making sure that the dog is healthy enough to sustain the life, that it's not a problem. Even if it's your pet quality dogs, it's not a problem for the person that you give it to. Because a lot of people actually give up on the dogs because they're sickly. Even though a person may be able to afford the dog, who can afford to keep taking this dog to the veterinarian once a month and getting hit with a $400 or $500 bill for this? Got to buy this for special this, special that, special this. I got to do this to him. I got to do that to them. I got to continue to do this. Nobody can afford that shit. That's why they give up on them. That's why if you call your animal society, people is dropping them off in kennels in front of the place, even too cheap to pay the motherfucking $150 or whatever turn-in fee. This is our reality, man. I'm not going to stop speaking on it because it is what it is. Y'all can tell me I'm a piece of shit, dog. Listen here. The shit that y'all talk about on here, as far as my life, is the smallest thing I got to talk to God about. But it don't change the message that I'm giving you. So when y'all take y'all shots, let me help y'all out. I'm a violent motherfucker, committed violent crimes. Didn't get convicted for them, but I did it. Was a dope dealing motherfucker. You know what I mean? Then did all kind of shit. Had a registry that was trying to get off the ground for 5 years. But I don't have no qualms about that, because guess what? Sitting right next to me is my babies. So I'm glad I took the time to fight in court every day, and still actually in court right now. I don't give a fuck. Could have did better with that. Could have did better with some of my dogs. Now, with all that being said about me, what about this motherfucking community? Let's get back to what is real. It don't change nothing about what y'all see in these dogs. Y'all launch opinions at me because that's called white noise, or y'all trying to distract from the fact of what we see really going on. I'm not even talking about the so-called, and when y'all talking about starting a registry, I did start a registry and they destroyed that motherfucker. Well, I helped start a registry and they destroyed it. But I noticed y'all don't have a lot of noise about what went on with the Brim and the Grim, and now y'all want to glorify it. Y'all didn't have a lot of noise about what was going on with Dax and this and that and the other. Y'all didn't care. Y'all didn't care, but y'all care when people say something. Ain't nobody hating, people telling the truth. If you ever fucking bred a dog and the dog was bred and had 5,000 puppies, use a fucking puppy mill. If you're breeding a dog with heart issues, you're a fucking irresponsible breeder. If you're breeding a dog with hip issues, neurological issues, you a shit breeder, motherfucker. It ain't no way around it. If you ever took a dog that had a heart murmur and you bred that motherfucker, you are a shit breeder. If you bred a dog and his ass was higher than his head, you are a shit breeder. If you bred a dog that is limping around, barely can move, you are a shit breeder. And if you are giving these dogs ribbons that are hobbling around the ring like King Kong, you're a shit registry. I'm just speaking the truth. If you're offended by the truth that I'm saying, you are not offended by me. You're offended by yourself and your lack of morals. It is fucked up what y'all have done to these dogs. Like I said, even in me, and I do have a small amount of sadness for the animal himself. I have a lot of sadness for the animals themselves. But even when this dog died, and this is just the latest, so we're not saying that Brim and Grim messed up the whole dog community. That's definitely not what we're saying. But even when he died, and I always get them mixed up, so if I said the wrong one died, y'all forgive me. I can't see your messages, by the way, if you just jumped on. But you know what I mean? It's not that I'm happy to see that dog die. That is not it. I will repeat that 100 times. That poor little dog should have been able to live a good, comfortable life to 10 or 12 years old and not meet his demise on however he met his demise. And if you're saying that the dog had a fucking bladder infection and that's why he died, his owner really needs to have a serious talk with somebody. Motherfuckers jumping on the post yesterday talking about that could happen to anybody. Look, dog, if your dog got a bladder infection and you let it get septic and he fall over and die, you wasn't paying attention to the dog. Literally talked to a couple vet techs and a veterinarian yesterday to see if my opinion, since I haven't been in school or anything in so long, was fucked up, and the vet said absolutely not. The vet told me, a very reputable vet right there in Houston, absolutely not. Your fucking dog should not be dying of no fucking bladder infection. Basic antibiotics clears that shit up. So that's what the veterinarian said. So if you're here to argue, you're arguing with a fucking probably 30-year experienced veterinarian on one of the biggest clinics in Texas, period. Like I said, this community is shit. Most motherfuckers don't even vaccinate their dogs. Then take them to shows, and every time y'all have a fucking show, outbreak happens. You know, I'm just going to say this in closing. I apologize for nothing I said. This community needs a big-ass wake-up call, a huge wake-up call. People need to stop breeding. First of all, stop fucking breeding. If you're not doing the proper thing, stop fucking breeding. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop. Please fucking stop. Stop breeding. If y'all ain't noticed, it's 30 million dogs now. Please stop breeding. You're not breeding to make this breed any better. The dreams, the back in the days when you could sell all your dogs for high prices and you could get you and your baby mama Escalade, those fucking days are over. Stop fucking breeding unless you're breeding with a true purpose to make this breed better, and that would start with breeding a fucking healthy dog. If you are not doing that, if you are not in this thing as a purist and trying to make this breed better, please stop, because you are destroying the fucking breed. I could go down the list, not only from breeding unhealthy dogs, breeding unstable dogs. I am not an XL person, but once I looked at the situation of what y'all was doing with the Kimbo blood, you motherfuckers should be shot. Literally shot. I wouldn't say killed, but you should feel the heat of a bullet. How dumb do you got to be to breed a dog that's that fucking inbred over and over and over again and wonder why there's a million attacks from this blood and the dogs is murdering people's kids and everything, and y'all still breeding them and promoting them? And then on top of it, while y'all talking about hating so much, we got motherfuckers who literally got y'all paying to hear their version of the truth, and they promoting the blood that's killing motherfuckers and hiding the fact that they dogs is attacking people. This community is something else. I could be here for hours and tell y'all how fucked up y'all are. Y'all can keep on talking, oh, this, that, and the. I ain't got no dogs running around killing people. I ain't got no dogs just falling out, dying of random shit. And I ain't never bred a dog with a heart murmur. I've never had a dog, and it's possible, but I've never had a dog in my whole blood or from my program that has a heart murmur or those type of issues. And if it did, guess what would happen? He wouldn't have nuts or wouldn't have ovaries. It's just that simple. That's the simplest part of breeding. If something goes wrong in your program, you don't have to be the greatest breeder of all. You just have to have morals. Snip that motherfucker. It's the reason why y'all so afraid of DNA tests, because y'all been lying for years. Y'all lie about the health, y'all lie about the DNA, and y'all basically lied this breed into a position that is worse than it was when we started the breed 26, 27 years ago. When we start putting the paperwork together to get this shit together, it was truly to fight BSL. It was truly so we would be allowed to have the dogs. And one of the reasons why I get so irritated and emotional and everything else about this breed is because, bottom line, y'all have taken this shit backwards. We all went from the dogs being banned in Miami to a damn whole country of the UK banning the damn dogs. Way to step the game up. You know what I mean? And believe me, more countries are starting to ban them. More countries are on the list. More areas. It's already states and cities in it's cities in the United States that are banning them. Wow, great job, guys. But y'all tell me I'm the problem because of the shit that I say. Ask your veterinarian why they're turning you down to do the ears, why they're turning you down to do breedings now, but they're not turning down other breeds. Yeah, because their lawyers and certain places are telling them that their license could be in jeopardy because of the oath they take that they will not participate in helping the breeding, helping and facilitating the breeding of unhealthy animals and doing detriment to the to any animal community. So that's when you seen that long letter from that veterinarian saying our attorneys advised us to no longer deal with y'all. How bad does a community have to be that attorneys start telling veterinarians, hey, you turn them hundreds of thousands of dollars down? I could go on for days. I do not feel sorry about anything I say. Y'all need to change this community. You don't have to like my dogs. You don't have to like the dogs I like. But at least if you're going to breed a certain type of dog, breed it the right way. Don't overpopulate. And make sure that you're trying to make a healthy version of whatever you're breeding. I'm all for exotics trying to clean up their community and making a better version. I've seen some exotics that are actually healthy. I've seen some exotics that breathe through their nose, run around. They act more like shorty bulls than anything. If that's what they're doing, right on to the exotic community. You know what I mean? It's a damn shame what y'all did to the French Bulldog community. It's a damn shame what y'all did to the French Bulldog community. You know what I mean? Within a 10-year span, the French Bulldog went from being outside the top 10 produced dogs in the country to being the #1 dog in the country. And in 2018, and like I told you, I come with stats. 2018, 48,000 French Bulldogs were registered. 48,000 in 2018. So you can imagine 5 years later, because of course we don't have the stats for 2025, where they were actually in 2023 named the #1 dog in the country. So that tells you how high the numbers went. Dethroned, I think it was the Labrador, who for the first time in like 20 years went from outside there. That's all due to our community and our great breeding and paper hanging and everything else that has been going on. And now guess what? You can get a Frenchie for $3 in a dream. Go to Pet Find, go to Puppy Find. You'll find them everywhere. People can't sell them because everybody keeps on breeding these motherfuckers. Stop breeding so fucking much. If you're not breeding for a purpose, stop fucking breeding. If you don't have homes for these dogs, stop fucking breeding. If y'all follow me, I will hold on to dogs forever if I'm not comfortable with the homes that they're going to. And nowadays it's harder and harder to find good homes for puppies for one reason, not because people don't have money. I promise you, I put that on everything. I turn down money left and right for puppies, but the reason being is because I know these dogs are going to end up in a bad situation. I can look at the criteria once I talk to certain people, especially if I find out that they move a certain way. I would rather hold on, turn down the 25, 35, 4,500 and just keep my dog here and keep feeding the dog and say, you know what, I'm gonna find you a good spot. Because another thing y'all can't say about me is y'all seen my dogs resold all through the community. That's why, because I always try to make sure that they're going to good folks, good families and environments that I think that they really are looking for a pet. And when I say looking for a pet, that doesn't mean they're not going to breed it, but we don't throw our pets away. People don't throw their pets away. People throw away dogs that mean nothing to them. And a lot of times those are people who have failed businesses. They're failed dog breeding business. They'll throw their dogs away. People who like, nah, this is my dog. My kids love my dog, this, that, and the other. They will never throw those dogs away. Believe that. They won't do it. That's why I move like I move when it comes to trying to place out a puppy. You got to try to get it in this somewhere where people care about it. But with all that being said, man, I'm going to find a way to fix this live so I can see what y'all saying. Much love to all y'all. I see Darrell, Antonio, Sydney, Ryan. Much love to all y'all brothers, man. I can see the names. DC, Javon, Robertson, Jeffrey, Karan, Matthew, Doug, D. I see the names, you know what I'm saying? Chase, Max, Madeline, Jeremy, you know what I'm saying? Much love to all y'all. Darnell, Jamie, I could keep going on up the list, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get my ass down the road because I got more deliveries to make. Like I told y'all, if y'all need any puppies shipped or y'all know anybody who need any puppies or dogs shipped anywhere except for the West Coast for this week, West Coast will be in about like 10 days or whatever. You know, inbox me, man. I'll get you taken care of. But I'm serious, y'all. If you don't do nothing else, man, start respecting this game because we about to lose it. And it's unfortunate because these are some great dogs and it's a lot of very, very good people who put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this thing and wanted to see this breed be successful. I'm not here to trash, you know, somebody's dog. I'm here to tell the truth. And the truth of the matter is that healthy dogs do matter and these dogs should live long, healthy lives. And this is not what we've been seeing from these people. It's not what we've been seeing from these dogs. More people care about business than they do anything. And that shouldn't be the way that it is in the dog world. You know what I mean? We should be improving the game. But until next time, man, God bless y'all. God bless your animals. Much love. Peace. You too. I'll see y'all later.